Shlomo Hamelech's son-in-law. Rabotai, I'm about to tell you probably one of the craziest stories. Even if you make it up, it can't be as good. You heard that? Even if you make up a story, you can't even make up such a good story. You ready? Shlomo Hamelech's son-in-law. How did he marry Shlomo Hamelech's daughter? Anybody know?
Say that again?
Shlomo Hamelech had a son-in-law that he had in Nevuah Ruach HaKodesh. They told him in Shamayim that his son-in-law is destined to marry, his daughter is destined to marry a very poor homeless guy. And Shlomo Hamelech didn't like that. He liked that, don't get me wrong. That wasn't a question of Shamayim. But he said, I want to see in Shamayim, how is it going to go down if I could prevent it? How? You get that? Okay, it's a decree. You can't find the decree min Hashamayim, but I want to see if I do this and this and this, how is it going to stop in the Shamayim? So what did he do? He built an island. He built his own personal island. No, don't you wish Abba to have your own island one day and this, that? Don't worry, after 120 Gan Eden, you get your own island. How's that Hashem with the palm trees and the coconut and the pina colada and the strawberry daiquiri? Wish me that command. Oh my God! Coca-Cola, it's called. I've never heard this one before, Coca-Cola. Anyway, in any case, right? He built an island. He built a palace. He put his daughter in the palace. He took 70 guards and he wrapped it around the palace doors. He said nobody is going ahead and coming into this palace. And he told them, you guys are in charge. Nobody's allowed to come in. Okay, puts it all in the palace. Okay, everything is good. Everybody's happy. Everybody's this. Everybody's that. One day, there's a homeless guy. He's walking by. Very, very poor. Now, of course, he's walking by the streets. He can't even go. He doesn't even know where anything is. He's walking the streets. He's freezing cold. He's so cold that he doesn't know. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't have any money to buy a blanket even. He goes into a carcass. You know what a carcass is?
Carcass is a dead person, no?
Dead animal. Dead animal. He goes into that animal. He covers it with the skin of the dead animal. True story, Rabotai. He's wrapped around there. He's getting warm. All of a sudden, Hashem sends a huge bird from Shamayim, and this bird lifts up this carcass. This guy's in the bones of the carcass. Lifts up this bird. He flies him all the way to the rooftop of Shlomo Hamelech's palace where his daughter is. The daughter of the daughter where he guarded it with 70 guards. The bird flies on top of the palace, drops the carcass, eats the skin, flies away, and voila, who comes out of the carcass? The homeless guy. He's walking around the room. He doesn't know what he's going to do, this, that. He's like, what's going on over here? What am I, with the beach? What is the island? What is this? He doesn't know. Guess what happens? Shlomo Hamelech's daughter hears footsteps. What is this? She never heard anybody walking on top of the roof ever. She hears footsteps. She's lying down. What's going on? She opens up the roof. Who is there? One guy. She never saw a guy in who knows how long. Oh, it's fun. Come inside, take a shower, this, that, this, that. I don't know what. Finished. They do the whole thing. She finds out the guy is a sofer. He knows how to learn. He's a learner. The guy's a learner. He knows how to learn this, that. And she's there. And then the guy says, you want to get married to me? You know, who wouldn't? You know, you have a whole palace, you have an island, you have Shlomo Hamelech's daughter. You want to get married to me? Yeah, it's fun though. Why not? I'll get married to you. And they make a contract. They says he wrote a contract with blood. He brought Michael and Gabriel as witnesses. A whole crazy thing. And they end up getting married. They end up having a child. In the middle of the palace, all of a sudden, the guards hear a baby crying. They open up the door, they see a baby's crying. Up until then, they didn't know. Wow. They went flipping out. Oh my goodness! They called Shlomo. They put up their hands up. We're innocent. We blocked the guard door. We this, we that. He says to them, "You don't have to worry. I already knew it was Min Hashamayim was going to be, but I just wanted to see how crazy if I do all this, if it's going to still happen." And it happened. Rabotai, you cannot beat Hashem's system, Rabotai. Don't think, oh yeah, me, I'm going to beat Hashem's system. Hashem can't stop me. Rabotai, I have news for you. Hashem can stop you, and if it will be. If it's Hashem's will, it will happen. Now I'm going to tell you something, a personal story that happened to me when I was a little bit single. Listen, Smao. I was like they engaged, a little bit single engaged. They put me as the gabbai giving out the aliyot in a certain yeshiva. Okay. I'm giving out the aliyah, and I didn't get aliyah in 6 months. So I said, tomorrow, I'm telling you only L'Shem Shamayim, Rabotai. I'm telling you L'Shem Shamayim to show you. I said, tomorrow, I'm going to get aliyah Shilishi. That's it. Whatever parasha it was, this now I'm going to take it. He knows the aliyah, the good aliyah, I'm going to take the good aliyah. So I said, tomorrow I'm going to get Shilishi. And I said to myself, and who's going to stop me? I'm the gabbai, for heaven's sake. I'm the guy giving out the aliyot. I'm for sure getting Shilishi. So I think in my mind, Hashem, how are you going to stop me? Anyway, I'm saying like, I'm the gabbai, I'm the aliyah, and this, that. The next morning, happens to be I wake up a little bit late. And I usually never wake up late. Like, oh my goodness, I got up late. I jet to yeshiva. I said, even so, I don't care. I'm still going to get aliyah shalishi, even though I came late. What are you going to do? It's late, this, that. I'll get the aliyah, and then I'll finish praying. That was a wild thing. Anyway, I get to the shul. Oh, what happens? I'm about to give Petichat Eicha, Chavod, open up the Aron Kodesh. All of a sudden, I see some guy open up the, hey! I go to somebody in the crowd. I understand, how's he opening the Petichat? He says, no, you came late, so therefore somebody else gave out the aliyot. So I was like, who's that somebody? He said, I don't know who gave out the aliyot. So, one second. I said, I'm still getting aliyah shalishi. I'm thinking in my mind, I'm still getting aliyah shalishi. So I'm looking, who's giving out the aliyot? See, nobody's giving out Kohen, Levi, I don't know. So he must have given everything out already. I said, what's going to be? I say, you know what? I'm going to stand, by the aliyah. I'm going to stand there. You know how sometimes there's somebody standing there to correct the guy. To somech, standing there to correct the guy, see if he makes mistakes. I said, I'm going to stand there. And as soon as aliyah shlishi comes, I'm going to go. And nobody's going to tell me anything. I'm going to go buy this, that. I'm going to go. So I'm waiting. And I said, okay, mina shamayim, aliyah shlishi. And I'm waiting to see who's going to go up. So I'm just going to go up. Who goes up? The person, Baal Koreh, says, Hashem Machem. I was like, what? True story. I said, I couldn't even get a chance to go up. Hashem taught me a lesson. You think you could be the richest man in the world. If Hashem doesn't want you to have food, no food for you. It's all bin hashamayim to be. A guy has ka'ava, he has kavara, I have all the money in the world. If Hashem doesn't want you to spend $1, you could have 100 billion in the bank. God says you're not going to spend, you don't spend $1. And if the guy is meant to have billions of dollars, he could do the stupidest investments, the craziest investments. He puts it over here, all of a sudden, boom, 2 years later, whoa, it skyrocketed. What happened? I don't know. He made it. There was a story in our community. Our community was in Manhattan. There was one guy talking about 80, 50, 60 years ago. 60 years ago, the guy bought a small, tiny store. Tiny store. All of a sudden, he's holding the store, whatever. All of a sudden, they come in. Some rich mogul, he bought the entire property to make what do they say? A settlement to rezone the whole thing. They rezoned the whole thing. This. But they didn't. They had one item, one small store that they didn't buy yet. And they very simple. So we'll go buy it now. They go to the guy and they tell him, listen, we're buying your store. How much you want? Says, I'm not selling. So what do you mean you're not selling? We need to buy it you're in the middle of the whole thing. I'm not selling. What do you mean not selling? You're going back and forth. They don't offer you double. We'll offer you triple. The guy never said no. He says, this is what I live for. I go here. I go to work. I go back and forth. This is my small store. This is what I'm living. I don't need no money. I want my store. I want to work. They offered him such an exorbitant amount, maybe 20 times the price, because they needed it so badly. They figured if we pay 21, we can build for 60 flights up. This is only one store. We'll make money on the guy. And they offered him such an exorbitant amount. He didn't say no to it. Till today in the community, his grandchildren worth a few $100 million. No, I'm not kidding you. To show you a person can invest in something small you don't even know. Hashem decide that you're going to be wealthy, your children are going to be wealthy. Boom! 2 seconds later, guy's a multi-trillionaire. What happened? HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants. Done. Get on the good side.